and originality in hip hop, and I mean, honestly, music in general, have been gone. People doing something for the first time has left music, and it's because of the way that like everybody can commentate and speculate. Fuck all that. And we're just gonna do what feels right and not worry about that. And whatever flag comes after is cool. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to take it there? To not give a fuck. To care so much that you don't give a fuck. You know? That's what this is. When was the last time?
Too much. It's like I lived 2 times. How many times you get to live a new life? It must be because a nigga too nice. And we about to get too high. Don't let the devil in. This shit is heaven sent. And if we ever sin, we repent. I'm making a better plan, becoming a better man. Cause first time I died, nobody gave a damn. I'm taking everything they said I can't. Rebirth of a good, and I've been an ant. In my past life, had a sacrifice. Watch with mad eyes, green eyes till I realize I decide my fate. I'ma take my place. Can't remember the last time that I felt this way. Pop something, smoke something, get lit. When's the last time you heard it like this? Pop something, smoke something, get lit. When's the last time you heard it like this?
Yo, 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 what the fuck is up, y'all? It is Wednesday, Women's Wednesday. It's ladies' night and the feeling's right. Yeah, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. And tonight, we got an extra, sorry, I'm puffing. Y'all watching, share, flame the fuck up. We got a lit-ass episode of Letzvibetv, and the vibes are high tonight. We got a lot of fun to have with y'all. You know, we gonna be interactive. We gonna be smoking. Grab your snacks. Grab your trees. Tonight, we've got the biggest hustler. Her bars is probably bigger than y'all's. Pause. The icon, the rising superstar, the hip-hop bar spitter, truly yours, Whitney motherfucking Peyton. What is up?
Damn, I need that hype of an intro for everything I do. I need
let's go.
I need you to intro my shows, everything.
I'll come out there, go brazy. Yo, I'm free. You got a festival coming up.
I do.
Let's make something crazy happen. But you're in the building. People been waiting since I announced it to come in here. What up, Lisa? What up, Jordan? Share. Get what you need. Now, how have you been? What you been on?
You go from that to now how you doing? You chilling? I'm good, man. I've been, just like most artists post-pandemic, and I say post even though I guess we're still kind of going through it. I mean, we're just trying to we kind of reorganized during that whole pandemic sort of thing, and we're kind of just trying to grind, all of us. I think I've been trying to go back out on the road. It definitely looks different than it did before, as far as like how people are, acting, how venues are acting, for better or worse. I mean, there's definitely changes and differences. So it's just like, I just got back from the Midwest. I did like several shows out there. I did the festival that you had attended to in AZ, the Manja Ganja, however you say it. It usually stoners are probably too high to even pronounce how that was said. But just doing
all
festivals.
I knew is that it was a 420 festival, so I was in that bitch. I knew you was gonna be there, and Futuristic was finna. My brother was gonna be in that bitch, and obviously support the homies crew. And so we in there, baby, and we're here now. Hey, that festival was dope, though.
Yeah, man. I mean, I love festival settings. They're my favorite settings because I think at the festival is where you get such a mix of people, and it's where like everyone kind of comes out, and it's like just a mixed demographic of everybody, and that's kind of my vibe. It's kind of like if you were the type of person in high school to hang out with every clique, I think that's what a festival is. It's like every clique is at a festival.
Definitely. I seen so many people from all over everywhere. It was magical. But see here, we like to play a game, right? We play
Okay.
this game, and y'all watching, share, play along. We're about to have hella fun. And in the game, those who watch the show know, but the game is called This or That. And we finna put WP Miss Peyton on the
Hell yeah.
motherfucking spot and
All right,
figure
let's do
out,
it.
because some interviews, they got these boring ass ways of trying to figure out who somebody is. We like to shake it up a bit and get the crowd involved too.
Okay.
So,
Let's
what
get
we're
it.
about to, this or that is the game, y'all. And we're going to jump right into this bitch. We're going to start it off with, I think, what is going to be one of the hardest, craziest ones. Okay?
Oh, great. All right.
Y'all watching. Share. Mac Miller or Eminem?
Man, well, I think it's got to be M. I mean, look, I got him right there on my. It's got to be M. I mean, I do like Mac, but I think M paved the way a little more. He was a little bit before. He was kind of, back when we were kids and stuff, even when Mac was a kid. So it's kind of like, have to give it to the OG.
What up, Freezy Gang in the building? Vanessa, Young Fate, Amanda, we in this bitch. Y'all going crazy in the comment section. Eminem or Mac Miller? Y'all gonna pick Y'all gonna pick Eminem.
I mean, it's R.I.P.
I'm thinking
R.I.P. Mac. Obviously.
I just feel like I'm gonna put my neck on the line, right? I'm gonna call Mac Miller's music a little bit more timeless. Those grooves, those sounds, songs like Hand Me Downs, and throughout his whole category, almost the whole Divine Feminine is such a time. It doesn't matter when you put it on. And some of Eminem's best work has become slightly dated.
Okay, I could see. I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I do know that, some of it was weird because I forget who I was talking to about it, but some of his work, it's like, man, if you put that out now, that's what people are kind of getting canceled for, similar things like that. But it's just like, he's such a storyteller. So I understand with the timelessness, like what you're saying. Eminem was very in the moment, and his stories were very current, at the time. I mean, I still think he's like a storyteller that you can't take away how M told stories in his music. I mean, that's kind of like
classic. Yes,
the draw.
Storytelling like Stan almost has more of an impact than anything that Mac put out, regardless how beautiful. I'm more of a Sonics guy versus a Technique guy. Y'all, let's go for the next this or that question. Yo, let's give Whitney Peyton a round of motherfucking applause, y'all. Hey!
Dang, the bare minimum. I didn't have to do much, so thank you. I like that energy. All right. So is this what I'm reading on the screen? It's psychopathic or strange?
That is the question. Psychopathic or strange?
Man, this guy's just really making me have to make all the hard decisions. Look, I think as far as, man, both have built such empires, so that is a tough one. I do think currently, as far as artists that I've worked with and artists that have been featured, on my stuff and I'm on their stuff, it's been more strange right now. I don't think Psychopathic. I don't know what artists are still on that label currently, and that's just me just being honest. I'm not even trying to come at them. I just don't know.
Whoa,
I don't know.
whoa. Yo,
I'm not coming at anybody. I'm just asking. I don't know who the current
you
roster
and
is.
Ouija Mac got a banger together.
Oh yeah, I don't think
That
he's
shit
on
is-
Psychopathic. I don't think he's on Psychopathic.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's just
but
a
yeah,
juggalo.
we do have a cool song. I think he has his own label right now. So Joey Cool, I have a song with. He's on Strange, and yeah, I really do like Ouija Mac. I don't think he's on Psychopathic right now, but they could tell us in the chat. I'm sure they fucking know better than me, probably. But
Psychopathic killers! Hey, the juggalos, the juggalettes are in the motherfucking building. What up, Joey? What up, Bradley? What up, Bradford? Well, I see all y'all in here. Yeah, hey, they go.
Yeah, and shout out to Psychopathic. I do The Gathering. I love The Gathering. I don't know who is on the current roster, so tell us in the comments if you guys know who's on the Strange roster, who's on the Psychopathic roster.
This is a great segue to figure out, because you're trying to get and deserve to be on the main stage at The Gathering.
I mean, I've been on the main stage, so I don't want fans to think that I'm not grateful for that. I've been on the main stage. I'm trying to get a nighttime slot on the main stage so that I can use all my lighting and production and stuff like that. Yes, but if you're asking me as far as who has the best roster right now, as far as the labels, I don't know who's on the roster for anybody. So you guys gotta tell me.
Just be minding your business and staying out the motherfucking way. Well, there's a lot of collaborators. Even I keep on randomly annoying Binks and asking him like, yo, did Psychopathic want to sign you? Because he's got songs with so many people who have songs with like maybe. Twisted and stuff. He's always like, no, that never happened. But I always ask him, because even when I saw he had songs with you, I'm like, you're so closely related. So would you consider yourself a juggalette? That's something a fan of yours wanted me to ask you.
Would I consider myself a juggalette? I don't know. I've never really been asked that. I mean, I think because if I started just being like, oh yeah, I'm a juggalo and saying different things like that, it would look like I kind of sold out, because in a way it's like you can't just say you're something just because all the fans have gravitated. But like, I've been within the community as far as like performing and doing all that for so many years now. I do feel like I understand the whole unity and the whole fandom and the whole, like, I don't know, vibe. So it's hard. It's almost like if someone else calls me a juggalette, I think that's cool. Like, I'm not mad about it. But do I go around saying, oh, I'm a juggler or a juggalette? Not really. I just kind of vibe with the music, and I'm down with everybody. And
so I like y'all juggalos. So maybe she wants the main stage, but she's not a fucking juggalette. At least she's honest here. No, I'm joking.
She's just saying all sorts of shit tonight. It's like that I'm not saying. You know,
I'm not trying to do you like that. I mean, I'll be talking shit a little bit.
I know. But I just yeah. Did you just see? I just saw in the chat pop up, no one knows who's on the Psychopathic roster. See, I'm just chilling, minding my business, guys. I have played the main stage. I would love to come back to the main stage and play the nighttime slot so I can give everyone the best show possible.
Oh yes, the nighttime slot. And where can they advocate for you to do that? Yo, go to Gathering of the Juggalos and message them, DM them. Let's get Whitney in the night slot. Yo, your performance is so amazing that you deserve it.
Thank you, dude.
I see you, and it's a full set. It's not a typical hip hop set. There's dancers, like, it's elevated. It's different. It's a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to feel like a whole roller coaster, and I do, I like when you're talking about juggalos and juggalettes, these are some of my favorite people to perform for and like hang with, because I just think that if there's anyone who accepts you for your genuine self, it's definitely within the community of the underground.
It's true.
Right? Like juggalos, juggalettes, everyone's like, at first I was kind of like, wow, like my music's dark, but it's not necessarily hardcore, but it does have dark elements, certain songs. And I was like, I don't get, like, are they gonna like me? Are they not? And I think the reason that anyone's gravitated toward me from that community is just because they just fuck with the fact that I'm just doing what I'm doing and not trying to fit into some sort of, you know, mainstream mold or try to fit into some sort of thing. So I think that's been like why we all vibe together. And it's like, yeah, I'd love to be just like, yeah, I'm a juggler or I'm a juggler. But I know that people would be testing me and be like, oh, well, prove how long you've been down, prove how.
Yo,
and it's like, bro,
but your
just let me hang,
music,
man. Just hang
you
out.
got.
And
You guys, you showed love to them so many times, and they like your catalog is filled with, you know what I'm saying, stuff for them.
because I fuck with the, you know, all the artists and stuff. Like they do have similar like
And
outlooks on different things and just songwriting and stuff. So it's just yeah, it's a good vibe. But that would be so sick.
and they
to
fuck with you
play.
because you're literally doing one of two things in most of your music: partying, or laying it all out there for people.
Yeah, it's like one or the other, right? It's like very extreme. I have
Eh,
either songs that are just to
Juggalos and
let
juggalettes
go.
are either fighting or crying. Like,
Oh
woo,
God,
woo.
listen to this guy. You're awesome.
So, our next question on this or that: Cardi or Nicki?
Ooh, damn.
Y'all in the comment section: Cardi or Nicki?
Man, why we got to put them against each other? Nikki's the OG, and she definitely has hella hits under her belt. I think Cardi. I like Cardi's punchlines a little better. I think Cardi has hella good punchlines. I don't know about you, but I like her attitude and
Nicki
punchlines. I don't know.
does too. She overuses her best one. Damn, Nicki is shutting. Snow the product. Oh my god.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
god. I should have asked. But like, yo, you can't like do stuff like that. Snow the product and her could make a song together. She don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So artists are very sensitive about shit like that. So who knows how they take stuff like that. But I would say, damn, I'm gonna say Nicki because there'd be no Cardi without Nicki, as revolutionary as Cardi's style and energy was.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's kind of like when you asked about Eminem and Mac, though. You were like Mac, but there'd be no Mac without Eminem. So how you bring that same energy to the Nicki Cardi job?
Yo, I love that shit. Yeah, that's energy reciprocated. I feel really good about giving me shit right back like
Yeah,
that.
see, he's
That's
trying to give me shit. I gotta give him shit over
we
here, talking about Mac versus M, then goes on about Nicki versus Cardi. It's the same, but I mean, I think they're different though. It's so hard when you're comparing. Like you can't compare Mac and Eminem just because they're both white boys or something, or compare Nicki and Cardi just because they're both females. You know, because it's like they still got
damn.
different styles. They got different styles. They rap different. I think, in my opinion, they rap totally different.
Do you think there's genres to what things mean to you? Because it's kind of like which one means more to you, like which one, you know, it's not even quite a competition, it's more as like a personal experience, you know, a style preference versus saying one is better than the other. Because clearly in the comment section these motherfuckers be all over the place. We got everything from Venom
I can't
spitting.
see all the comments. I see some popping up, but I can't see the whole thread. But like, I imagine that it's
I'm
yeah, it's
trying
just
to
a
keep up.
preference. It's just a preference, man. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's just a style preference because it's like, are there technically, like me as an artist or rapper and you as an artist, like, are there going to always be artists that are better than us, quote unquote? It's like, sure,
Never,
but
no.
it's someone's style and preference. There's going to be always someone prettier than me, someone younger, someone better, someone whatever. But it's like,
And that's
who
a
do you
tough
relate
lesson
to?
to learn, but you
Who do
get
you
to be
relate?
so much doper once you understand that, because you're able to learn from all of the magical artists that you get to be around.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just you do learn that because you beat yourself up comparing yourself sometimes, and you're like, oh, how can I be more like this or more like that? And then you're like, well, the reason people are drawn to you for a certain thing, if you change that now, you're changing why certain people do gravitate towards you. You know what I mean? Trying to be like a different artist that you're not, and you do learn that when you're trying to figure out who you are as an artist. Because I think your whole career you're trying to figure your shit out. Like I think you're always finding your sound and evolving your sound.
Definitely. So the next this or that question. Let's go. Drake or
Shit.
Kanye? I think it says a lot about what kind of person when you pick between the two. Like just your perspective.
Man, I think just personally, I
Facts.
like Drake's music better.
I am shocked.
You're shocked? You thought I was gonna be
Yeah.
like I mean, Kanye, I like Kanye's earlier stuff. Jesus Walks, fucking Gold Digger, Through the Wire, like all that stuff to me. Because when you're talking about timeless, that shit's timeless. Like Jesus Walks, like all that's timeless. I think his newer stuff doesn't speak to me as much. I think, but sometimes, like, I mean, look at a lot of artists. You like their first album the best, especially with me. Like a lot of artists that I like their early work the best, So it could just be because I like his early shit,
I love watching an artist grow though. And like that's funny coming from you because your growth is outrageous. And we're going to get into all of that. But like right now we're having a little fun warming up, but because we got to get into that, and there's even questions pertaining it that they're asking, but I'd be like, yo, like Jolie, chill out with the questions, Jolie, like because I'm gonna get to all.
I can only answer so much, but yes.
Well, and I got my own groove I'm getting to too. Like I kind of know what I'm doing, just a little bit. Like Joe, we're both masters at work. I watch you work, Joe. Watch another master work.
He's giving me hell. He's just giving me grief over here, but I like that. I like that though. I like that.
Oh, I see. He's like, get icy. No, look, it's called vibe for a reason. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you get to find out so much about somebody just chilling and having fun with them.
That's true.
Not putting that kind of psycho pressure. Although we are putting pressure on you a little bit with the this or that. But so going into the next one, it is
just drinking my coffee over here.
Tech 9.
Whoa, I think this might be the hardest one. This might be the hardest one. Wow.
Both are goated for sure. This is the goat. Two goat ram goats.
Damn. I know both of them. Again, I feel like their styles are very different. Sheesh. I think Hobson's a very, very much of a storyteller. I like that vibe of it. I like Hobson's music videos because I feel like I'm very visual and I'm really into my music videos. I think, well, Tech has great videos and stuff as well. So that's why it's hard. This one's a tough one. But I think just because of the fact Hobson edits a lot of his videos, I'm going to have to say, as far as artists that I watch on a level of, I'm looking at his visuals, I'm looking at the way he edits, I'm looking at the way he does this and that. I'd say I watch Hobson very closely on the DIY front as far as editing. And then I watch Tech on the DIY front as far as business. So.
Wow.
Damn.
Because your video
This is one of those where I have to take a shot or something because I don't know the fucking answer.
Take a shot.
Take a shot of coffee.
Of coffee. I guess y'all watching. What up, David? What up? The Liars, Mike. Share. Spazzy Two-Tone. What's up? Bar Train Hopper. What is up? Y'all been in the building the whole time. Thank you very, very much.
But I just saw Tech. Tech was here a week or so ago in Arizona. I went out to the show. Futuristic was there. We were chilling. And Tech shouted me out on stage. He's always showing love. He is always like giving back to other artists. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, between Tech and Hobson, those are some of my favorites right there. So to choose between, that's like impossible for me. Even though most of these questions been impossible. You're asking me stuff that's neck and neck. You're asking me every single one has been neck and neck so far. Like every question.
Because that is the motherfucking go. So I want to ask another one. This one might be easier or harder. Dark or light liquor?
Oh, liquor. I was like, oh, for what? I was like,
the darkness or the light?
Star Wars, you know, what's going on?
May the fourth be with you.
Yo, I have to say probably dark because I like Kraken, I like Henny. So probably dark, you know. I can't do like vodka and stuff. That would make me
Oh, we got some alcoholics in the fucking building. Yo.
They said both. Wow. Y'all are crazy. I'll stick to my coffee. Y'all are wild out here.
Yeah, bro. What up, Heather B in the building. Don Dada in the motherfucking building. Yeah. Oh, God. Yo, they're so wild in this. I love having a rowdy chat. I used to have the quietest, like I had fans that were very quiet and like nice people. Now these rowdy. Yeah, and now these rowdy, crazy people.
Well, too, I bring no rowdy motherfuckers because we do. I mean, you seen the show. We mosh, we whatever. And I know I seem, you know, because for the most part, I'm pretty chill and I'm just like have social anxiety and I'm like, you know, laughing and crazy. But it's like we still go hard and get aggressive. But I'm just kind of, which is funny because it seems like an oxymoron because I am just kind of like this and like the awkward one. And then we go on stage, it's just different. Because I think that's just where we let it out. And I think that's why anyone who kind of like listens to me and likes my music is mostly just because we relate on that level of being like, yeah, we're awkward within society. But then when we get into our happy place of like music and festivals and concerts, that's when we let it all out. Like all the tension and all the anxiety, just like everything comes out. But I didn't know they're all alcoholics. Now this is news to me.
Yo, they're wild on. They're like, give me any fucking bottle. I'm gonna drink that shit until it's hollow.
Oh, damn.
So, here we go. Let's see what else. Sativa or indica.
Can I do hybrid?
And thank you for the sub. I'm a sub back when I get the motherfucking chance. Thank you very much. But let's which one did you say? Hybrid?
Can I say hybrid?
You ain't no smoker, Whitney.
That's why when I smoke, it has to be a hybrid or I might freak out. I think sativa's too much. I like, if I had to choose between the two and I can't have hybrid, it's got to be indica just because I think that would make me way more chill. And I've smoked during COVID. I smoked way more. I like never smoked really. And I was signed to Sub Noise and I was out with Cottonmouth Kings and I smoked sometimes with them, but they like smoke me under the table. You know what I mean? They're real smokers. So
who else is going to sign to them besides to be able to get high? Like, that's the only benefit of being signed to them.
Bro, I mean, I was signed to that. Like, I went out with Cottonmouth Kings. I toured with them multiple times prior to signing with Subnoise because, like, stoners and skaters and stuff, really, I vibe with that group. Like, you know, whether or not I smoke a lot or whether, you know, regardless of anything, it's just like I vibe with that crew a lot. So when I went out with Cottonmouth Kings, those were some of the best tours I've ever done and some of the coolest crowds and stuff. That's the same thing. Like, I feel like with Psychopathic, when I do that, that's some of the coolest crowds. So it's like signing with them kind of made sense because they were just like, yo, we're rappers who act like rockers and we mosh and we like to, they have live bands a lot of times when they perform. So I was on that level. So I was like, okay, let's do it. But after I signed to them, and then COVID, like I signed with them, and then literally the pandemic hit like the same time, and my album came out, and I couldn't even tour. And it was very like a weird situation, but I think I became a stoner during COVID because it was like, how else do you sleep? How else do you cope with all this shit going on? I was not gonna do anything crazier than that. I was just like, I'm gonna smoke my hybrids and write some songs and fucking try to deal with it just like the rest of you, you know?
I feel that. I feel that. I feel like I just smoke weed ultimately myself. Like I'd be like, I
You
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
the fuck
strain.
it is. Maybe I'll be tired. Maybe I'll be tired. Y'all watching, share, 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 share. What the fuck is up? I see y'all commenting. Y'all some smokers too. I love it. I love it. Speaking, yo, here's another tough one. Redman or Method Man?
You know what? I know the answer because I saw him at Bonnaroo. I saw a Redman and he was standing on people's hands at Bonnaroo, and I was like, that's my vibe right there. I know I fuck with this guy because he was walking across the crowd. He was doing all that shit that I love, rapping, being a rock star. So Redman. I'm sure Method probably does it too, but Redman's the one I saw live, so I'm gonna give it to him.
That's wild. Well, I feel
Does
like
Method Man work on people?
I feel like when he's with Redman, he probably
Yeah, does
you
he
know,
crowd surf? Does he do all that? I don't know. You guys
he
tell me
be
in the
playing
chat.
lawyers and shit like in TV shows.
Does he?
Method Man, yeah, on
What
the new
show?
Power.
I
Oh
didn't know
my
Method
god.
Man played a lawyer in a TV show. What show is that? Weigh in. I need
Oh,
to know.
Power.
Oh shit.
Bro,
Okay.
he's so great in it. It's all Power is so fucking good. So if you
He's like, I
haven't
don't have
watched,
time to crowd surf. I'm a lawyer now.
oh shit, we got Jedi's in the building on May 4th. Oh god,
We would.
yes,
Hip Hop
that's
Radar Underground. Oh
it's
shit.
sending people through. That's the kind of energy I need in my life. Sending Jedi's through. I mean, you know, you just can't hope for that kind of, you know, magic.
Red is meth, but he definitely ain't on meth. What is going on in the chat?
yo, I bring her here, and this is how y'all motherfuckers choose to fucking act. I thought we talked about all this shit before we went out here. I said wow out, and that's what we're doing here on Let's Vibe TV. I love y'all. Whitney Peyton in the building.
I wouldn't expect any less, you know. I love you guys in the chat. Thank you. They're holding it down. They're just being truthful, putting in their, you know, honest opinions. I love it.
Yes. So Chinese food. I think this is the last one. I think before we get into our actual conversation.
Damn. Okay. Let's see. You said Chinese food or Mexican food?
Yeah.
When I lived, I'm from Philly, but I live in Phoenix now.
Whore Nation. I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
You
was like,
almost
"Ooh,
got
what are you
me in
calling who?
trouble.
What
I
are you
almost
calling
got
who?"
canceled. All right, come on.
I'm playing. No, I'm from Philly. I'm from Philly, so the Chinese food there is bomb. But then when I moved to Arizona, the Mexican food is bomb here. It was not bomb on the East Coast. Okay, so if I'm in Philly, it's got to be the Chinese food. If I'm in Arizona, it's got to be the Mexican food. So
that's one of the worst things about being in Atlanta is the Chinese food is ass. I just got some good Chinese food. But like, bro, it's been from the driveway to the front door. It's sure been quite the journey. What up, Miss Traumatos? God, yeah,
trauma. Damn.
Trauma. Shout out DJ K Slay. Rest in heaven.
They said I'm not going to the right spots on the East Coast. Yeah, give me some pointers. But I feel like on the East Coast, it's good for Italian food. Of course, the pizza, New York, Philly, you know, everything like that's good. But the Mexican food in the Southwest is gonna be like better, I feel like, than New York. You're gonna get better Mexican food in Arizona than you're gonna get in New York. I could be wrong. I don't know. So tell me
Well,
the
what's
spots.
better to you? The best, the best Chinese food in
Oh man.
Philly or the best Mexican in Arizona?
Damn, bro. I'm gonna just say cheesesteaks.
Yeah! Let's give a round of applause for Philly cheesesteaks in this motherfucker. Because those are some
bro.
good ass motherfucking sandwiches.
Yeah, man. Man, that's a tough one. Cause it's like, are any of
Shot
these
of
places
coffee.
authentic? If you're not in Mexico or if you're not in China, is Chinese food in America actually Chinese food? I want to know. I think I fuck with I don't know. Recently I fucked with the Mexican food more, so I'm gonna have to say the Mexican food. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. So give me some tacos, enchiladas any day.
All I see is Mexican food, and it breaks my heart for egg rolls and crab rangoon.
It breaks my heart for egg rolls.
Yeah, come on, man.
Damn.
They're in here.
That crab rangoon.
Yeah. That's super necessary. But you're one of the hardest and longest working artists.
Damn, thank you.
In the game, and people act like it's overnight.
Oh, damn. Yeah, no. You ever heard the phrase, it takes you like years to become an overnight celebrity? Because it's basically like, you could have one thing pop off, but you don't know how long it took the person to get there. Like, look at artists like Russ or whatever. I went and saw Russ when he came through Arizona, and he had sold out himself, like, I think it was like 12,000 cap room, but he was saying on stage, I've put out 13 albums. That's what he said. He said he put out 13 albums. I can't even fathom releasing 13 albums. And he said no one cared until like his last one or his latest one. So it was kind of like, wow, like, don't realize how much work these people have put into things. And it's the same thing. Yeah, I do a lot behind the scenes, and you're trying to get seen, and you're not doing it because you're not doing it to just pop off. If I was doing it just to become famous or something, I would have quit after my first try. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't work like that. People are like, I'm just going to become a YouTuber. I'm going to do this or do that, and it's just going to pop off. I'm going to be some
They really
rapper.
think that, though. It's so fucking weird. And then they get frustrated if they don't get 1 million subs the first week.
Bro.
So when did you start? Like, let's take it a little bit before that. Where are you from initially? And what was the first music you were into? What was your first musical influence?
I would say, I'm from like the outer suburbs of Philadelphia. So I'm not from the hood of Philly or anything like that. I'm not Will Smith. I'm not from West Philly, but I'm from Philadelphia. I got my start really kind of doing spoken word poetry first. Like prior to hip hop, I was doing more like the spoken word. Philly is big for that sort of thing. They have a lot of like poetry nights, all that. And then I was seeing artists like, like M and like some of the icons we know today just putting out videos, like music videos. And I remember seeing that and I was like, wow, that's dope. Like I was into the visual aspect too, like the whole performance. I think that's why I put on a performance, because it was never just about what it sounded like. It's their whole show. Like, who's an entertainer? It wasn't just who's a good rapper, or who's a good singer or whatever. Who's an entertainer all around? Like, who do you want to watch?
It's almost fucked up because I feel like there's so few entertainers that even my energy comes off as weird to them or different, because they aren't even like in a local scene. When I like would be in a local scene, people would be kind of like, because they hadn't seen a real entertainer or somebody who really locked into a persona type thing. And that's like crazy. I understand not a lot of places give opportunity and experience But like, it's crazy how that gets so underestimated, and everybody's just trying to make good music and like rap good or something.
And that's important. I mean, obviously skill's important, technicality is important. I talk to people about this all the time because, you know, sometimes we feel competitive as artists. We're trying to be like, are we better than this person? But and that's all, opinion, obviously. But it's like, who are we writing for? Are we writing for ourselves and the supporters? Or are we trying to write to impress other artists? I'm not trying to just write to make other artists be like, wow, oh, you like that, multi-syllabic rhyme scheme. Like, yeah, I like to be technical and I like multiple syllables rhyming. I like to show off a little bit, but it's more so, like you said, a timeless song. Is it going to be a technical song? Doesn't always mean timeless. It doesn't mean, sometimes to tell a story, you're putting that aside. You're not thinking of the rules of songwriting. You're not thinking of how many syllables am I rhyming, how fast am I going. It's like all that shit doesn't matter above the message. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be super technical, it might be impressive and someone will listen through to it one time and be like, damn, they could really rap or whatever. But are they gonna listen to the song 5 years from now because they, it moved them and they actually like want to revisit it and they like how it makes them feel? Or is it just like, damn, you're sick, you could rap? Like, to me as a listener, it's impressive when people can really sing, it's impressive when people can really rap, but what's the message? What do you stand for as an artist? What, like, when you perform, are you connecting? Do you put a lot of pride and time into your music videos? Do you put a lot of pride and time into connecting with your fans? Do like, it's not just about being a dope rapper, because I do have a lot of people that you'll see that'll be like, well, I'm dope, I should be this big, I should be that. It's like, no one owes you anything to listen to you. These fans listen to people, or supporters. Calling them fans is even fucking weird, but like, yeah, anyone listens to someone else because they relate to it. It's not just like, oh yeah, you're good, so I should listen to you. Like, I don't know, no one owes you anything is basically what it is. Basically what it is.
Well, so who was your first, like, how'd you get into music then? Let's, like, making it.
Let's see. Well, at first I was seeing the more mainstream artists at the time, so I was definitely seeing all the like Eminem, Rihanna, like, I was seeing all those guys. And then until I started to kind of dive into it more, I didn't know about the whole scene of Tech Nine and Hopsin and stuff. And when I started learning more about music, I was like, oh, there's indie artists out there. Like, I only heard what was being shown to me on the radio, like most people, like most of the masses that don't.
And so you didn't have a person who was making music to look up to around you.
Yeah, I didn't have that at first. And then when I started trying to, like, oh, I kind of want to make music, I was seeing the mainstream artists. And then I was like, I kind of want to do this. And then when I was starting to write and like try to find producers and stuff, they were introducing me to the whole world of like, oh, come to this concert tonight. This is a bunch of indie artists. And I was like, whoa, like, I didn't realize that whole world existed, like, because it wasn't quite as big as it is today. Now I think the underground and indie scene is way fucking bigger than it used to be. And you can hear of these artists and not even realize they're indie. You think they're mainstream because they are, even though they're indie, you know what I mean? But at like, even a couple years ago, it just wasn't even like that. You had to be pretty much signed to a major label and shit. And then, so yeah, I saw Tech Nine. I saw all these guys. I saw ICP. I saw all these people who had their own labels and they were like, had, packed rooms. And I didn't think you could do that without a record label. I didn't know. I thought you had to be signed to like Jive Records, Warner Brothers, all these labels that we used to hear about, Atlantic. And I'm sure they still exist and shit, but it's like, they're not as, you don't need them as much as you needed them before. And it's like, that's when I was like, oh shit, you don't have to start, you don't have to all of a sudden be like this big celebrity. You can start here and get like legitimate, real support and have people be into you without being an A-list celebrity. I thought you had to be like, I thought it was all or nothing. I thought,
well,
like,
and around what age
A-list.
was that? What kind of time was that?
I was a teenager, so that's what people don't realize. It seems like you're like, oh, I've been grinding for a long time and stuff, and I have been, but I started hella early, so it's like I'm not even OG yet, you know what I mean? But I started like my first video came out. I was 16 when my first music video came out.
Woo!
Yeah, so like I was in high school. I remember even we're talking about The Gathering. I remember them approaching me and saying, "Hey, can you play The Gathering?" And I was like, "I can't. I'm gonna be in school. Like I'm gonna be in like high school."
Really?
Yeah, they were asking me to play, and I was like, "Yo, I have class," you know. So it's like it was that early. I was going into clubs where I was being escorted to the stage, and then I'd have to leave right after because I wasn't old enough to be there in the club. Like I wasn't even 18, like let alone 21. Like I was like they had to watch me. They're like, okay, you can come rap, and I'm lucky I was even able to do that. You could rap, but then right after your set, you got to go. Like we can't have you around here because there's, you know, you're not even 18, like you're 16, 17. So yeah, so then everyone's like, dang, she'd been in it. And it's like, yeah, because it took me that long to figure out how the fuck to rap. Like I couldn't rap. Like I'll admit it, I didn't have like, I'm not going to come on here and be like, I naturally was amazing. I was a good writer, but I wasn't good at flowing. Like I had no flow.
Freezy in the building. What up? What up? What up? Okay, like, so it's funny because even your improvement from your album in 2020 to over and over is dramatic as fuck too, though. Like,
do you want to know the difference? Here's what made the difference. Well, first of all, I practice. I don't act like, oh, I made it so I don't have to practice. But the difference is I started learning how to produce and engineering myself, and I feel like that was a game changer.
wow. Okay, so quarantine forced you to have to learn how to do your own shit.
I mean, I was already very hands-on and did a lot of my stuff. Like I did a lot of my graphics. I do a lot of like even photos that you see me post. Half the time I took that photo of myself and it looks like a promo photo, whatever. I'll set shit up on tripods. Like there's times where I've taken my own photos. I've done like the editing and Photoshop for all my flyers and shit like that. And not all the time. So I don't want to take away from any designers I've worked with or whatever, but I'm super hands-on. I will co-edit my videos. I storyboard them all. I do the outfit designs and then like have someone make it. So it's just like, I'm really, really hands-on. It hits different when you're recording yourself because I feel like you're just alone with you and you're not afraid to take risks. So in front of someone, you might be like, oh, I'm scared to try to hit this note, or I'm scared to try to rap in a certain flow I wouldn't normally rap, and I don't want to look stupid, and I don't want to waste this producer's time, and I don't want to do this. And you're kind of more, you feel like you're on someone else's time, whether even if they're mad cool and they don't make you feel like that, you kind of like, I do, because I have the anxiety. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to, you know, take all these risks in front of them. So when you're home, you could just like do it over and over. not to say, you know, no pun intended with the song, but yeah, you can do things.
No, you did that shit on purpose. On that, you know, push that dirt off your shoulder.
Hey, but yeah, you can do things again and again, and just try to like, I don't know, take risks and do some weird shit you wouldn't normally do. And it makes you better. Like it made me a better rapper. I was like, damn, I wouldn't normally flow like that, but I kind of switched it up and I just, you know, you can delete it. You can delete it if you don't fuck with it. So
I am no stranger to falling on my face. I know. Yeah. Have you seen me? You seen me get hit with cake in the Chris Calico music video with T-Pain.
Yeah, that's kind of a vibe though. That's dope.
No, I was on his ass after that shit.
Oh, shit.
We had a whole episode. He tried. We had a decent conversation about it, but I'm still just, you know, I feel like, why me? Why me with the cake?
Hey.
Other people, I feel like it's abuse of celebrity from somebody who knows what it feels like to be made fun of. Was my biggest issue. He did apologize to me. We had a conversation about it publicly, so it's all good now. Shout out my boy. But yeah, no, it was rough because I was just like, why would you like? And I didn't even get no credit. At least like give me a credit in the description.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's like, and it depends what day someone's catching you. Sometimes it's like, sometimes, you know, like maybe on a different day you would have been fine, but then you just weren't feeling it or whatever. But yeah, we go through a lot for entertainment. I
wasn't on the internet when it was filmed, and then I came back on the internet and I see all the shit, and then and I was like, no, and then I joined this fan group called the Fockers. I love the Fockers now because they're great people, and there's many of them in the building at the moment who love you as well. But it took a minute because I was in there for retribution, but we worked it all out because I did not like what they were saying. And I felt like a need to express myself as a regular person because I feel like people abuse celebrity.
I can see that. You know, that's definitely true. I don't know the situation. I think he's probably gone through some stuff too. Which one was it that hit you in the face? I don't even remember. Was it T-Pain?
I wish it was T-Pain. No, I didn't even get to fucking meet T-Pain. No, I'm joking. Yo, I give him shit for the most part. But
I'm like, I don't even know the situation. I'm like, I can't even make a comment because I don't even know.
I'm just talking shit. I just had asked if you had seen it. But
I know that. I remember that hearing that you got hit in the face with a cake. I didn't know if it was on some Steve Aoki shit. I know he throws cakes at people. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh, okay.
And so you were 16 when you started. What was the name? Kick a few bars from the song from the video.
Oh my God. I'm trying to from the video. I know the first video I ever did, it was called Crazy. And I went hard on it because the music video itself was actually shot in the Eastern State Penitentiary. So we had a legit ass set. I worked really hard to try to get that set. I had to save up a lot of money from like waitressing and doing different shit.
Where were you working at?
I was working at a diner like when I was a teenager because no one's going to hire, you can only really, when you're like 15, 16, you could usually be like a server at a diner or a hostess or bus person. So I know that I worked at a diner. I worked for Marriott Hotels for several years. Let me try to think. What was the song itself is actually kind of deep for being the first song. It's actually kind of about the music industry, which is like, I didn't even have that much experience in the music industry yet, but it was talking about like, I think I lost my mind, but it was never here. The industry is a symphony of demons in my ear, kind of shit like that. Like it didn't roll off the tongue as well, something I would write now, but it was still like, okay, she's saying something like, it's about demand just always in your head. It's about the demons. It's about,
Well, and we're going to get into that because you've had to overcome so many obstacles. But definitely, light it, Daz. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all pressing me and shit. No, share. If you aren't sub to the channel, sub. Because you're a female rapper, which is hard to prove yourself. Were you facing bad things during those times? Like, was the industry acting like that during that time?
It's so funny because I would say it was harder then, I would say there was way less. Now there's a lot of, I don't even think that there was necessarily less female MCs, but now you have way more prominent females that it's harder to even argue it. You know what I mean? So like, they were way on the back burner. So, but now you have some really great ones.
About none of that shit. That's a big way to make it through, though. Even you saying like, "Yo, doors are opening now. I'm not tripping on it."
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, so that's why I don't get mad when I see other women, because I think definitely we're within an industry where they try to pit us against each other. Like, I'm always getting asked about other women in the industry and stuff, and it's like, I don't have bad shit to say, because I'm glad, I'm glad there's other women within the industry. Like, that doesn't, it doesn't make me feel any type of way or mad about it. I want them to get theirs too. Like, I want them to get their shit too. I want any other artist to do their thing. I think there's enough space. I think yeah, I think it was definitely harder. I think especially I was coming out at a time where Krayshawn was like popping, and I just sound nothing like Krayshawn, and she's cool and all. And I've toured with Lil Debbie, a couple years ago, and White Girl Mob and all that stuff, but like I still didn't sound like
because when
Krayshawn.
you're
So it's like,
Googled on your Wikipedia, they group you in with them.
what was it?
Like with White Girl Mob members come up when you're Googled.
Yeah, because I toured with Lil Debbie. So Lil Debbie used to run with Krayshawn, who's in White Girl Mob and stuff like that. So Debbie does her own thing now. I would say she runs more with like Riff Raff. I don't know. I don't. Now she DJs. Like, she's one of the coolest people.
And I know you're not associated now. It had like a lot of people associate, that you've made music with over the time, from like what you said, Strange Music, Psychopathic, and then White Girl Mob. Were they the first big artists that you toured with?
That's funny that it says that. I mean, no, because Debbie, I would say I toured with Lil Debbie in 2018 or something like that. So the first big artist I toured with was 3 6 Mafia.
Oh, shit.
So I toured with 3 6 Mafia when I was a teenager. And that was my first tour. So that was 8-9 years ago, I want to say. Something like that. So yeah, that was my first big tour and first tour, period. So like, it was my first tour.
How did that happen?
I knew Gangsta Boo, so I had like reached out to Gangsta Boo when I was very, very local and very small. And I will say Gangsta Boo responded to me, because when I reached out, see, that's even a show of like, at that time, I was reaching out to other women. I was never competitive with other women ever. I wanted to work with other women. And to me, she was an OG. And I was like, yo, I really want to talk to a legend. Like, let me give it a shot. I had a lot of confidence in like approaching people, like not in a way where I was aggressive or like, you have to do this for me or put me on or do anything for me. But I just like was really driven and passionate, and I wanted to like learn from them. And I was like, hey, I really want to do a song with you. Like, this is what I bring to the table, as far as like, I had no money, so I wasn't offering her any money, but I was like,
can we give a motherfucking round of applause for Gangsta Boo?
Gangsta Boo,
a true legend. And that's crazy. Shout out Jude Mack in the comment section.
I think like, because the way I came at her, like I was just like, hey, I really respect you. I think you're a legend. I think like, this is what I have to offer. Like, if we do a song together, I'll make sure that I push it here and here. And at the time I had like mixtapes and stuff on datpiff.com. Like, that was the poppin' website at the time, where you would download mixtapes for free from artists. And all my music, I wasn't selling it. I didn't do iTunes, nothing like that. I had it all on DatPiff. I had 100,000 downloads or something on one of my mixtapes that I put out. What? Yes, it was like I was killing it with just free downloads. And I was like showing her links, and this was before I was really that good, but people just kind of fucked with it for some reason. So it's just like, I was like, look, here's like all the downloads I do in a month. Like, here's links to all of it. So like, if we do a song, it's like I can't really like offer you much besides.
Can I ask how young you are?
What is it?
Can I ask how young you are?
How young? I like how you put it like that. How old do you think I am? I'll tell you if you're right.
No! Look, you can send shots back, but I'm gonna, Neo my way out of some. No, you know what I mean though. Like, throwing the challenge back. But I'm not gonna guess your age. That's a crazy game to play. There's ladies watching.
That's a crazy game to play.
It is. Huh.
I'm probably I don't know. I'm old enough to know better, but young enough to do it anyway. That's kind of like.
I'm old enough to know better, but young enough to not give a fuck. Can you tell me who said that? Can you tell me what song that is? Because that'll give
Is
me a
that an
hint to
actual
what.
song? I was literally just fucking
Oh,
saying it.
okay. So what I do
What
know.
song?
Joe is guessing.
Oh, I
Nope.
want to see the guess it. Why isn't
They're
that popping
guessing
up?
28.
Oh, dang! He already know. He already read my Wikipedia. They
Oh,
already know the answers.
No, look, I looked at it, but I didn't look at your age.
Do you know what's funny though? It's not always right, so you can't always trust the internet. Because
I'm gonna ask any fucking way. Right? Yeah.
You should ask. Well, you can't trust the internet. I've seen them put my height wrong. I'm like, well, there's no way that I'm 5'10". I am 5'3". I've seen them put all sorts of shit. I'm like, where are you guys getting this? They try to guess your net worth. They'll say that I have like $10 million. I'm like, where's that at? I'd like to know.
They be guessing my brother's net worth wrong and everything. It be breaking my heart.
Wrong. Don't believe that. If you're watching this, I'm sure people in the chat and stuff already know that like the internet comes up with all sorts of shit. But if you see people's like height, age, net worth, a lot of times this shit, they're just making shit up. They don't know anything. Unless you're my accountant, you don't know my net worth, bro.
Yo, Jude, look at what kind of stuff is. I'm trying to conduct a proper interview, Mr.
Dude, anyone can put anything on Wikipedia.
he probably put that shit on my Wikipedia. Look, Jude Mack, he's out in Ontario, Canada, but I'm a felon. I'm gonna look into if I can come over there, Jude Mack. No, I'm just.
Bro, can someone put on my Wikipedia that I'm 6'4"? I would like that. Thank you.
Yo, low key, how tall do you think I am? Do you think you're taller than me?
Oh, I don't think so. I think I stood next to you and I feel like you're not tall, but your brother's not tall either.
Shit.
So that gives
I
it
forgot.
away.
Why'd I forget that we were even in the same place? Yeah, we literally stood. Here's my problem. You know that we were there, and I went to the Fokker page, and I didn't even think anybody took a picture. And somebody posted up a picture
paparazzi
of us together and was like,
bro, so I've seen pictures of myself at Walmart and shit, and I'm like, can you all just come up? Can you guys just come up and say hi instead of posting pictures of me at Walmart? It'll be like the back of me, like I'm in line at Walmart. I'm like, bro, I didn't think I was A-listed like that. Just come up and say what's up. I'm not scary. I'm very short. I would say you're 5'5". Is that a good guess?
Yo, you kind of. I think that you. Oh no, I'm 5, bro. I'm like 5'1". But I appreciate you. This is like the highlight of my life right now.
5'5".
Can we give me being considered taller than Whitney, even though I stood next to her? A round of motherfucking applause.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That made my whole life right there. But damn, Gangsta Boo. And how did that tour go?
Oh, it was pandemonium. Can you imagine touring with a bunch of gangster rappers? I mean, it was fucking crazy. Every night when people left, there was at least like 50 beer cans, blood, and a shoe. Like someone's walking around with one shoe after that show, because there wouldn't be two shoes. There's just one shoe. It was just like moshing, ripping the club up, and it was my first taste of a tour, so this is what I thought in my mind it is. And in a way, it probably made me a good performer, because when you go on tour and what you have to live up to every night is a legendary group, people go, oh, how did you learn to perform? I performed with the best performers, and it made me step it up. I had to step my game up.
They even impacted my intro. You know what I'm saying? That 3-6 Mafia. Smoke something, get something, get lit. Hey. Straight for 3-6. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's crazy. We got to address this real quick, because this rumor cannot go on.
A rumor?
In this comment, you were commenting on it earlier today about you getting. She did not inquire about a Subaru.
Bro, how gay you guys think I am? I know I'm not Subaru gay. I mean, I'm gay. I'm not Subaru gay. Like the fuck? I'm just fucking with you. But it's like, yeah, this guy posted that. He posted up, first of all, he posted personal information about customers. And I was like,
I deleted
bro.
it. I was busy. I was hanging out with my wife.
Like,
and then I went back to my phone. And then I asked him to, never mind, I'm not going to insult somebody. But yeah, I asked him to take it down and he didn't want to. And I was like, I took it down already, bro. Like,
I mean, it's not that deep. But yeah, this guy, I guess, who works at a car dealership, he had on his screen
somebody.
What's his name?
No, his name is Eli, but
Eli. Okay, yeah, he had posted a screenshot where I guess various customers had inquired about cars and he has to follow up with them to try to sell a car. And someone named Whitney Peyton, I guess. I don't know if it was Peyton Whitney or Whitney Peyton. I couldn't tell by the picture, but someone inquired about a Subaru and he was like, wondering if it was me, and I'm here to say and set the record straight, I did not inquire about no Subaru. So that's where
I'm just like, damn, this shit really made the comment section. Well, the thing is, I deleted it.
It made me.
When I deleted the picture with the address and phone numbers,
posted a picture with the customer address.
Like, he could lose his job for shit like that. That's intense.
Yeah, here's the thing. I didn't inquire about a car. Like, I'd come clean. If I did it, I would have no problem being like, oh, yeah, I inquired about that car. But the thing was, he was posting personal info up, like, of someone's address and shit. And I was like,
before you said anything. And that's why you had to address it. I see.
Yeah, because too, I didn't want people coming to the address thinking that was my address or thinking whatever. I'm like, no, that's not my address. Don't go there. You're gonna go some girl.
Especially because people still think that you were trying to get a motherfucking look. If it's not a Porsche Panamera, a Mazda, a Lamborghini.
Hey, I do buy like SUVs and different things for tours and stuff, but I'm not. No, I'm not bougie.
A Mercedes
buying, like...
SUV, guys. Hummers. Shit like that.
Can we make the rumor about a Lamborghini? Why does it have to be about a Subaru? Why can't the rumor be about a Lamborghini? Why does it got to be a hatchback? Why does it got to be a soccer mom car? Can we not?
Fucking ridiculous. It's hilarious.
I love it. Whatever.
We said it at the same damn time. But so
I love it.
Yeah. But and so from Gangsta Boo and that tour with 3-6, like, what was your next tour? Give like, you probably toured with so many people because you've mentioned Cottonmouth Kings, 3-6 Mafia. Yeah.
Here's the thing, dude. Even though I'm like in a generation where everything's about the internet, as you know, like everything's about the internet, like I very much was lucky to be raised by legends in the sense that I was touring with the OGs at a very young age. So they taught me everything's in person. So that's why I feel like an old soul. It's like I'm a younger artist. I mean, not young where I'm like, I'm not 17, obviously, but it's just like, I feel like I'm very much an in-person artist. Like everything to me was live shows and touring. So I would say I didn't spend as much time in the studio. I didn't spend as much time. And I wish I had, because I'd probably be better at an earlier age as far as writing, songwriting, and recording. But like all my shit was live performances. And I was on the road 10 months out of the year for most of my career. Like most of my career, I was on the road 10 months out of the year. Like until
that's
COVID.
A blessing, though. That's crazy.
It's a blessing, but at the same time, you need that balance of I wasn't having enough time to work on my actual albums because it was go, just performing. And it's very hard to write and record while you're on the road. You're not really in recording mode. You're in live show mode. And I would say, yeah, most of my shit was in real life. So I wasn't paying attention to Spotify, even when that's became the poppin' thing. I was paying no attention to Spotify. I was paying no attention to this and that. I was just about live shows and in person and Am I Good Live. And I think like because of that, it helped me and hurt me. I think it helped me because I feel confident performing with any kind of artist, regardless of genre. But I do kind of feel intimidated by the internet. Like I feel intimidated by all the content online. I'm like, damn, like I can't produce shit as fast. I feel like as some of these artists that are putting shit out every day. I take my time more with the videos. They take a long time. Like my music videos take a really
Are
long time to put together.
crazy.
Thank you.
Even your outfit for the cover of Audacity, your
Yeah.
upcoming album that is about to be dropping. I want to slow down a second though, because we're gonna jump right into that. But one thing we haven't talked about is, so when you started, did you know that you liked girls then, or
No, I mean I dated guys too, so I don't want
okay?
to. So like, yeah, not really. I mean, I did, but I didn't want to make it a thing because I never wanted my, I don't know, like that to deter people from my music. I already feel like I had a lot going against me in the way of, yeah, there's not many female rappers, there's not many this or that, and I was just like, oh, one more thing now to make me almost different. I didn't ever want to use it as a gimmick or like a thing. I just wanted people to listen to music and feel like they relate to it regardless of who they think I'm talking about, or what, you know what I mean? So, and two, I felt that's another thing, like I didn't want to ever try to come out and claim something because it's like sometimes I've dated guys sometimes, so I would feel like, what am I, a liar now if I say, okay, yeah, I like girls, but then you see me with a dude, or you're gonna be like, I thought this. It's like, no, I don't want you
So
to.
people have tried to give you flack for not coming out sooner,
I've probably given myself the most flack out of anybody. But I
right?
mean,
Because I was like, I haven't seen anybody take it too like rough, but you
no, I
feeling
just don't think. I think if you come out and you're like, hey, you know, if you kind of put a hard thing on there, like I only date women, I only don't, like the second you do something different, then they're gonna be like, I thought you said you only like girls. What if they see me with the guy? What if it's like, well, then why are you dating this guy? That it's like, I just want to be able to do what I want to do, kind of thing. That's my whole point. But yeah, I should have been more upfront sooner when I was dating women though, and just like the current person I'm with, I've been with a very long time, so it's just like
so
I
you are
wish.
currently in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of my supporters know her, you know, because they seen her at shows and stuff. But I kept her really like away from that stuff. Like she'd come to shows, but I kept her just like really like off stage and different things because it just, I didn't want it to be about that. I didn't want to be a reality show. I wanted to
You
be
was
more
on
like,
that
yo,
Drake shit. I wanted to
yeah.
save the world from. I wanted to save my girl from the world, not the
The girl, oh God.
whatever Drake said.
I know, but it was kind of like nowadays, I think, like I said, with the internet and everything and things being so real time, I feel like it's easier for artists to show behind the scenes of their life. Like at that time, I just wanted people to pay attention to the music and not all this extra stuff that has nothing to do. I'm like, yo, just tell me if you like my fuck with my music or not. I don't want
Because
it
you
to be
can.
about this or that. Like I don't want it to be about who are you dating, who are you with, like what controversies are you in, um all this shit. Like I didn't want it to be about that. I wanted to earn it and deserve it from like, okay, she can spit, she can perform, it's about this, it's not about anything else. Like I don't know, and that
What
might
up? What
sound
up?
weird.
Well, I was like, dang, who is pressing her about, I just figured, I mean, so like, when did you come out, like, privately then? What was that experience like? Because
Oh, so like
it's Pride Month.
I think June is Pride Month. I don't know. I'm not good at this.
Oh God,
I'm probably the worst one.
no. Okay, I don't know, but I know it's coming up. I wanted to buy an equality shirt from Target. Is how I know.
Okay. Yeah,
It
I
was
mean
fly.
we're getting into the Pride months, but I mean, here's my thing. I feel like I don't know, coming out to me. I'm not one of those. I'm not like. I didn't feel like I had to make some grand announcement. I just was just like, you see me with who you see me with, just figure it out. Like I'm just kind of like,
Well,
especially my friends and stuff. I just start bringing people around, and who you see me bring around is like who you see me bring around. Like chill out.
I fuck with that. Like, yo, it is what it is.
Yeah, I was kind of always like that, more low key, kind of like, okay, do you have to sit down with your parents and be like, Mom, Dad, I'm straight. I just want you to know that I am straight. It's just like, that's fucking a weird thing to do. So why would I sit like
I've
in
always
my
felt
mind?
that way.
Yeah, like I just didn't think I had to make any kind of announcement. Nothing against people who do, because I'm sure there's people who do because it's more of a big deal to their parents and stuff. And I didn't have super religious parents. I'm lucky in that sense where it wasn't like I thought I was going to be disowned. So I'm very fortunate. They were definitely like, what the fuck? They thought I was just trying to be extra and be like, oh, you're they thought I was just trying to, it's not a phase, Mom. Like, yeah, they just thought like, oh, you just, do whatever. You're just trying to do stuff for attention. I'm like, how's it for attention if I'm keeping it secret? Like it's not for attention if I'm trying to be hush hush about it. Clearly, if I was doing something that was just to be for like a gimmick or a phase or attention, it would be something that I'm using for the attention that I'm actually putting out there, but I wasn't. And I think they eventually saw that and they were like, oh, you're serious. It's just like, yeah, you date who you want to date. I'm like, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's just kind of what it is. I mean, and again, nothing against someone who feels like they got to come out or make an announcement about it. I just wasn't like that. I just wasn't like that. I just kind of was like, if you see this girl around all the time, just, figure it out. Figure it out. It's probably fucked up. But
Bye, Vanessa. Thanks for sticking around.
peace
But
out.
yeah. So, okay, that's so funny because a lot of it, I guess, like with your relationship, is the song over and over about past relationships, your current one? Because that song is pretty intense.
Yeah,
And
that's about a
relatable.
current one. I mean, there's definitely songs that I've put out that are not always from the same time frame. So I'll put out a song and it'll be like from something that happened whatever amount of years ago, so then people are trying to decode it and be like, oh, is this something right now? And it might not be, but I would say over and over speaks more toward like, yeah, 2020, 2021, the pandemic, different trials and tribulations of the relationship and things happening. And that's just, yeah, it was current for sure.
And that's gonna be on the album The Audacity.
Yep. Yeah, that's on the record.
And this is your first album as Blue Hair WP.
Well, actually, no, Alpha album that was released through Suburban Noise, I had blue hair. I had long braids though, so I kind of try for each album cycle. I kind of change it up for each album cycle, and it's not really like, yeah, I just kind of for the pink hair I had for like most of my career. My whole career was pink hair.
I feel like there was a different energy between the two for sure, though. Like, I feel like there's something very serious about Blue Hair WP versus.
It's more mature. It's more mature.
Yeah.
I would say, which it sounds stupid because it's like, oh, pink hair to blue hair. It's like that kind of sounds not deep. It sounds like, okay, you change your hair color. That's supposed to be like you change your whole.
I wouldn't ask somebody who changed their hair color if it wasn't significant to their style. It was. And I feel like it definitely was. So I'm like, that's even part of why I am, asking, because I like even the music videos, like Over and Over is so heavy and complicated. And like it's one of those things that you don't even want to try to think about how it was shot.
Yeah, it definitely. I don't know. I always say when I'm talking to the videographers and we're storyboarding and I'm like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. This is the vision I have in my head for this song and video. I always say to them, I want you to play, like, watch it on mute and you have no idea what genre it is. I don't want you to know that I'm doing hip hop, rock. I don't want you to until you actually listen to the song, you have no idea what genre it is by just watching it. So make sure when you edit and everything, you can watch it on mute and you're like, what genre is this even? I don't even fucking know what she's doing. So that's just kind of what I go for. Yeah, and I just think that it is more serious. Like Alpha is a more serious album. I think like as I mature, I still have a quirkiness about me, and that's probably why I like Eminem. And I'm talking about Eminem. That's
Yeah,
how
well,
serious
because
he can be.
your features have been some bangers lately. The song with C Mom, it kind of does have a serious topic with mental health,
Mhm.
um, and like it being trendy and how whack it is
Mhm.
when it's being set as a trend.
Yeah, it's about both. It's like it shouldn't be ignored. I'm glad that it's a thing that we recognize now, but it also shouldn't be a trend. It's like either extreme is bad. Ignoring it completely is bad, and then using it as a gimmick is also bad. So it poked fun at that, like people who want to be fans of artists who have mental health issues, but then they act very surprised when they die and stuff. It's like, and I know that's a serious thing, and I didn't, I'm not trying to trigger anyone, but at the same time, like when someone dies and then you're acting like, oh, we didn't see this coming. It's like, did you not see it coming? Because that's all they talked about was how they were struggling. So it's like,
We're keeping it a buck here, but
like,
really though, I can't stand it. There's a
yeah.
lot of phony shit that happens that I don't know. People have such a hard time calling a spade this because of whatever weird biases, and you think in an age of so much information that people would get more smart about it and less biased, but it seems to have completely increased the biases
Yeah, and I
amongst
think like
people.
I don't say that making fun of any artist with mental health issues. I know I don't think you can be an artist and not have some sort of issue because we're emotional. Like we're very emotional. So when I say, "Oh, did you not see it coming?" I'm not making fun of them. I'm saying like we need to get them help. Like there's artists and not even just artists, just people that don't even make music. I'm just saying like if they're putting out there, especially an artist that puts it right in their songs, they might need help. And it's just kind of like if people are making money off their music, they're not getting them help because they just want them to make the music about mental health and then make money and not take them to
But
rehab or
people
some
do
shit.
that. Yeah, people don't want to deal with people a lot of times. I think that's one of the biggest problems.
It's
Uh,
like take them to rehab. Like they need help. Their friends around them are just hyping them up, keeping them on whatever they're on. I'm like, bro, like you need some real friends. You need some real people around you. You know what I mean? So I say that because it frustrates me, like certain artists or certain people around them that are enabling them. Like I just think, yeah, you need to like some of these people need help. So it's just like, yeah, pay attention to your friends who are calling out and stuff, artists or
is
not, anybody. You know,
is Alpha not on streaming services?
it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Alpha
I
was
can't.
released through Suburban Noise, so Suburban
Be,
Noise distributed it.
okay, because I see Iridescent and Left on Red is what I listened to coming into this. I knew I listened to a couple of the singles from Alpha that had videos, but
Okay.
I just thought that they were one offs
No,
until
yeah,
you came with this.
Alpha came out in 2020, and Alpha was after Iridescent, and Iridescent was completely produced by Binks.
Wow, top to bottom. Damn, I'm on some WP shit. When was the last? I know you seen Binks all up in the ad, like, help me, WP. I'm terrified of this guy. No, I'm joking. But,
No, but Binks, he didn't make the beats, but he mixed it. He mixed the
oh,
album,
okay.
so he's awesome. Binks was the mixing engineer for Iridescent, and then I did Alpha in Arizona, and then yeah, and then Left on Red I did with my friend Gina, and then yeah, this next one coming out completely like engineered, written in this room right here. So it's very real.
Woo!
It's very real.
What brought you to that point, though? Because that's a statement. Like, and it's crazy because your buzz is bigger than ever, taking it into your own hands. So
Because I think that's what makes me bigger is when things go from me direct to the fans. So right now I do have a mixing engineer, Bag of Tricks Cat. He's from Arizona. He's done all my recent shit. Give It Gas, all those bangers you're talking about. He
shout
mixed.
out Bag of Tricks.
Yeah, Bag of Tricks, he be killing it. So he
I've been following him longer than I've been following you.
well, he's
Honestly,
like an AZ legend, man. Like he's very known around AZ.
His work with Stoner Jordan is where I first heard of him.
Yeah, he's really known around here as far as, he's a rapper himself, but he's becoming very known on the production side because he kills it. Like, I think he brings out the best in me. He's the one who taught me how to engineer myself. He's taught me a lot. So I would say, just me and him making the music, and using like Lance for beats, Godsynth for beats. I'm putting out the most genuine shit I've ever put out, in my opinion, because it's so, the less cooks in the kitchen, the better, like it's just us direct to fans. So the bigger I get, the more I have the ability to just do it myself, because the people supporting it are giving me that ability to do it myself. They're like, okay, they're buying the pre-orders and stuff. I can buy equipment and I can buy things that I couldn't afford before because they're supporting it. So now I'm just going to directly make it here and then send it to them. All these pre-orders, I'm taking it back to my roots. I am packing this shit myself. I'm going to send thousands of orders, me and some of my friends, from my living room, because I think that's what it needs to be. I got to take it back to the roots. Like, for a minute, I was having warehouses do this shit. I was having big labels do it. And I think I got to take it back to basics and just do it, because that's why people liked me anyways, because they were like, okay, she's so hands-on. So now I got to fucking take it back to that. We going back to the roots.
Yeah, I mean, but even at 16, like starting then, people will try to be your handler so quick.
Yeah.
Where did that instinct come from? Like, it's just how you were. Like, you make it sound like this shit been easy, not easy, but like, I don't know, like because these had to have been lessons. Like,
oh, I mean, every label I've been signed to has been a lesson. I've been with 2 labels now, and they've been good and everything. So I have nothing bad to say. Like, people are always, I see people inquiring all the time, aren't you with Subnoise? Aren't you with, this label? Aren't you with, and it's like, I have nothing against any of the labels. It's just how I operate as an artist. I'm very hands-on. So I'm not like, I would sign to a label again, but it would have to be the right deal. It just, for me, I want to be involved in sending this stuff out and making sure it's done right, because I do know, like,
it's
nothing's
so
going to matter
to
to anyone
nowadays.
else.
Yeah.
It matters to you the most. It matters to you the most.
Before we get into why it was delayed, let's talk about the title, The Audacity. Because you'd be like, I don't know why they ask me about these kind of things, but like titles like The Audacity have to come from some struggle or strife. And like, and like that means, and even the cover is such a fucking statement cover. But your energy is so almost like, I was nervous of even like when I seen you at the festival to say hi. Even you seen how quick I went off. I'm like, hi. As soon as Lisa came up, I was ready to give you your space, and you're like, hold on. And I was like, damn, her energy is super chill.
Word, thank you. I mean, yeah, I don't want to be not approachable.
But your videos is so fucking intense, and the audacity, it's like, whoa. And and I know artists like Sky Daddy that like they don't play none of that shit. Like, and they appeal to a similar audience, I also know you got so much fucking fun music, and your live stage performance is so much fucking fun, but so passionate at the same damn time.
Because it's like you have to kind of straddle this fine line as like an artist. My actual personality is just kind of like how you're seeing me now. I am just like outgoing, smiley, all this stuff. But sometimes when you're like this, it does cause certain people to just push you and take advantage because they feel like, oh, we could do whatever. Especially she's a small girl. What is she gonna do? Is she gonna punch us in the face? No, we're gonna tell her that this is how it's gonna go. Like I've definitely, like you said, handlers, like people definitely like to boss up on you as the artist and be like, tell you how uh, things are going to operate for you. And I take the advice and I take different things, but there's a certain line I have where it's like, no, I want to be in charge of my career. This is how I want it to go. And I'll hear you out and I'll try to follow it as much as possible. But if there's a definite thing that I don't want to do or whatever, I don't want people to think they could just push me around. So there's definitely that. Yeah, I'm chill. I want to be approachable. I want people to come up to me. At the same time, you have to understand that I have been in this since a teenager. I still want my respect. Like I still, I want you to be like, yeah, Whitney's the outgoing fun one. But it's just like, yeah, I also don't want you to get that impression that, okay, we could just pull one over on her all the time because she's not going to do shit. She's not going to give a fuck. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of, yeah, it's like sometimes
That's
you
what
gotta
the
do that.
audacity. That's what the audacity is.
Oh, I'm an East Coast girl. Yeah, so it's very like the audacity to make my own label in this climate, the audacity to
Woo!
go against
Bro,
everything.
like, yo, I feel the audacity is what's crazy in getting into this in so many ways, and you've done it so fucking effortlessly, almost not effortlessly,
Oh, it might
years
look
and
that way,
years,
but it's not
years
effortlessly.
and
Yeah,
years of work, but
that's what it is.
even on top of everything else standing against you, it's hard to be anybody and to follow your gut, but your gut is always what's right. And so to have the audacity to follow your gut and still be the hottest shit and to make people come together and turn out the way that they do is
It's
literally
amazing.
incredible, and a message to the point that I'm fucking saying, and the kind of people that represent Let's Vibe, you know what I'm saying? That, like, for real,
Yeah,
we do what we want to do.
what I want is to give the listener confidence. You know what I mean? Because I do, like you said, I have songs that might be more partying or aggressive, or then I have songs that are more deep and stuff. I think overall, I don't write certain aggressive songs to just boast about myself or just be like, oh, I'm the shit. I want the person listening to say that about themselves. Like I want them to listen to it and feel empowered and be like, yeah, get
Yo,
hyped up.
that
They
top
listen to it.
floor is nasty. Top floor
Word.
is fire.
That's Jones, and that's one of his songs. So that's not a song from the Audacity, but that's one of my more recent
Right.
collaborations.
Yes.
So it's like that kind of deal. Like I don't want them to listen to it and be like, oh, she's bragging or this and that. No, I want you to say that, like be rapping along and feel like it's about you, like, and be like, okay, I'm playing this before a big game that I'm playing. I'm playing this before I go into work and I ask my boss for that raise. I'm playing this before maybe you start your own company and you're playing this shit in the background while you're doing your shit. Like I want that to be the thing. I want it to hype you up, and then maybe relate to the more deep ones and hopefully it gets you through something hard. But like those more aggressive or braggadocious songs or whatever, I want that to be making other people feel like they're the shit, because it's a mindset. Like you're not until you think it. Like you're not going to get there until you believe in it. Period. No matter what it is, you got to believe in it. Like I would have quit rapping long ago if I didn't like have to believe in myself so much, because that you will have people not believe in you. You will have people tell you, to quit or to find a different career or whatever. You have to like believe it to the point where you're like, nope, nothing is stopping me from this, you know.
Whatever the motherfucking audacity. When was the last time you had the motherfucking audacity? That so damn, and I have a great question. Wait. I want to shout out your show. LFG.
Yeah.
You're hosting your own. You have the motherfucking audacity now to host your own festival, it seems.
Well, I'm the headliner, so the hosts are the owners of Apache Lake. Evidently, there's a resort. I didn't even know, but it's popping. There's a resort in Arizona, Apache Lake, and they have a annual festival, and it just so happens that the festival has landed the same weekend I'm releasing my new album, and I was asked to headline it. So I was like, you know what? We're going to make this not only the festival, but a celebration of the album releasing. And I talked to the owners of the resort, and they said, yeah, let's do it. I said, we're going to celebrate the album. And they said, let's fucking do it. So
let's fucking celebrate. Well, it's an album to be motherfucking celebrated. Woo!
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
First one.
Hold on.
First indie album in my whole career being as long as it's been so far. It's my first independent release, like, since I've been more popular. I would say I've released mixtapes and things like that in the past, but since having not being signed to a label, this is the first one indie.
We're gonna celebrate real quick. Wait, can we, your celebration track is freaking, I know you got some like head knobs, some vibe outs before we get out of here real quick to one of your turn records. I want to play Top Floor because it's your newest song. Is that?
You can play it again. That's not.
It's not on Audacity, y'all.
But that's a new jam.
Don't get it fucked up. But it is a bop, and her verse is sick as fuck. That's all her verses are.
Oh, you're dope. Thank you. Audacious, so they're saying in the chat. You guys.
No, bro. I had to look. There's some fucking clowns. They're hilarious. I love them. And whoop whoop! Shout out the Rip City Riders. We got Benny Buttons on the after party after this.
Okay.
So, you know how that goes. Oh. And y'all need her at night with the audacity under the lights.
Hell yeah.
That's
exactly. I'm playing at night at LFG Fest, but we're going for the gathering, guys. We got to get the nighttime slot at the gathering. I want to see y'all at night.
She epitomizes everything the gathering is.
It's one of the most. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I'm scared. I love them, but
the gathering. Everyone's got to go at least one time. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you know what a juggle is. You got to go to the gathering at least one time. There we go. Hey.
Your verse goes crazy. We gotta let.
You'll find me up on the top door. Go higher to flying just like a condor. Inspire with fire, you got a hot torch. It's just a dishonor, I'm about to die for it. Yo, I think I'm everything you need. What's the glory of the peak if you can't enjoy the breeze? From a foreign to a great, everything I oversee. We ain't even gotta leave. Mentally I'm overseas.
Yeah.
Take me on your elevator. Woo. My appetite is activated. Yeah, I spit it till they salivate.
Top floor, baby, gets I elevated from the basement. Hey.
The elevation is ridiculous. I'm a fan, man. It's ridiculous. I can't wait for the album. Y'all better get the vinyls before I get off of here, because I might just be ordering one before tonight's over on. Where can you get it from? Your website?
WhitneyPeyton.com.
Whitney mother. WhitneyPeyton.com. Yo, thank you for having the audacity to give me some time to talk about it.
I like your questions. At first, I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna sass me, but I liked it. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Yo, well, because so many people get on there and just say the most positive things.
It's good to be positive too, but I think
it's already
pretty
happened.
cool.
You gotta. Oh, what you said? It's good to be positive, but people need to be held accountable too, and like they need to be treated like humans too, like a real conversation.
I think this was a genuine, truthful interview. I think we were real, because to us, just like, yeah, you like what you like. That this or that's the hardest thing, because you're gonna say an artist that someone else doesn't fuck with, and you're like, sorry, bro, this is what.
That's how it goes sometimes.
That's how it goes. Yeah, so it's in the chat, WhitneyPeyton.com. My vinyls are almost sold out, guys. You guys, the jerseys are sold out. I'm selling thousands of pre-orders. This is crazy. I haven't seen physical numbers like this for a long time. And the fact that people still buy physical albums is just, I think they're doing it for.
When was the last time? That's just the theme of every. Yo, you got it in the bag. Just own this moment. It's golden. I just want to give you your roses here.
Oh,
you know what I'm
you're
saying?
Awesome. Thank you.
So for sure. Why did you delay it? And when is it delayed to, real quick?
Okay. Yeah, this is the first project I've ever delayed. Usually I don't do stuff like that, but I started working with a project manager. I started, as the pre-orders were coming in, I was getting so overwhelmed with pre-orders. I didn't realize how many I was going to have putting them up on my site. In fact, Shopify crashed the first day I put it up. So we had to fix it. We had to fix it. So they were crashing websites. Shit was getting crazy. But the marketing manager I started working with was like, yo, you're giving us no chance to try to get this on Spotify playlist. You're giving yourself no chance to put out any more music videos before it drops. Why don't you wait another month to drop it so you can actually put out more content and you can actually do all this stuff? And I was like, because I just want it out. And then they're like, artists are always rushing their shit. They had to sit down with me and be like, stop rushing your shit.
Slow down. I just want to get to know you.
Right. And to me, I was like, what? It's a lifetime. A couple weeks is a lifetime. This is coming out. They're like, no, you got to put it out another month. Chill out. Relax. Like, it's your first album on your own label. Don't you want to be prepared? Don't you want to make sure the fans get all the stuff correct and this and that? And I was like, you're right. I'm overwhelmed with pre-orders, all this stuff. And if I delay it too, I get to have it be right next to the festival. So if I delay it until May 20th, which is now when it's going to come out, the festival is May 21st. So I get to release this album and then headline a massive festival and
so they'll know the words. I bet they're going to know the words already.
Yeah. So it's like I get to have a festival and celebration of the album the same weekend it releases. I get to give the fans more content. I was so nervous behind the scenes. I thought people were going to freak out at me. I thought people were going to be like, fuck you. But they were happy about it because they were like, oh, it means more shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. So I was like, oh, they took it really well, actually. That's awesome. So everyone was cool about it, and more people put in orders. I thought people were going to be like, I want a refund or whatever, but I just had more orders.
Hey,
like,
well, low key, they love being tortured. Like, there's something about having to wait.
Y'all are masochists.
Literally, but like they understand that it's going to be that much better, or they hold you to that expectation that we gonna let you take your time, motherfucker. We're even gonna double order now, but that shit
get this
better
shit out on time,
or the trolls will eat your ass up.
Not
get it out on time. Not get it out on time. They don't care about that. Like, even Kanye is evidence of that. But that shit better be worth it.
Popping. Yeah, I already have the copies of the album and stuff. I have fan collages in there, so I have people highly involved in it. All the fans are involved in it. They're really the ones that help me be able to put the album out. So yeah, it's gonna be worth it to them if they get more music videos similar to the ones you've seen. Like, as far as how much work goes into it, that's the amount of effort I'm putting into it. So I think they're gonna be excited. I got this big festival coming up. I hope a lot of people around the area go to it. And I'm sure people will come from other states to go to it, and that'll be worth it. There's going to be pontoon boats, fucking wave runners. We got the whole shebang going on at this festival. So I want to see you guys there, and I fucking appreciate it. It's going to be dope.
Man, who's performing? Oh, you didn't book anybody. You got booked, and
I got booked. I'm headlining it, so there's
but
a lot
you post LFG all the time, everywhere, all the time.
It's funny because, yeah, I had already. That's a saying that I already say. Let's fucking go, LFG, you know. And then all of a sudden, I'm asked to be on this festival, and it just aligned.
So that's what. So I'm not an idiot for thinking that it's your festival.
I could see how people would think it's my festival because I'm always saying, let's fucking go LFG and stuff. And then I so happened, that's why it felt like fate, because I pushed my album. And before I even announced that it was being pushed back, these guys from the festival came to me and said, can you headline this festival on the 21st of May? And I was already planning to push my album to the 20th of May. So I was like, man, this is like fate telling me, yes, do push it, because now you can align it with this festival. Yeah, and it's called LFG. You say that all the time. It kind of felt like, yeah, this was meant for it. It was meant to be. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of EDM DJs. There's going to be a lot of vendors and stuff like that. I know there's other musicians that are going to be announcing those guys shortly leading up to it. But like, yeah, I just know I'm going to do an hour-long set, a bunch of new songs. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it.
Amazing. Oh. Stay hydrated, y'all. Yo, well, it was iconic having you on Letzvibetv. Thank you for vibing out with me. They're even trying to give you your roses. I left them up so you can see.
Thank you. Thank you. Because some people don't get them till they die. So thank you for giving me these roses. You know what I mean? I appreciate that.
People done locked in the jersey and the vinyl.
That's what I'm saying. Even though I pushed the album back a month, I did not add to the quantity of how many jerseys and vinyls I had. It's not like I pushed it back so that I could like hype up and get more orders, because once they're sold out, they're sold out. Like, I'm not adding to it. If it's limited edition, it's fucking limited edition. I'm not faking you out with it. I'm not saying limited edition and then adding more stock. I'm sticking with that shit. It's limited edition.
Damn! She said she's not faking niggas out? Damn. Okay. That caught me off guard. I was like, and then I'm like, whoa, what did she really just say? Because you know.
Well, I didn't say the N-word. You can say that. I didn't say that.
No, not the N-word. You know what I mean.
I was like,
I was thrown off when you, because you know everybody's faking their limited edition shit. So for you to be like, this is real limited.
Oh yeah, if I say I only have 200 of this or only have whatever, me pushing back the thing didn't add on to how many I have. I kept it at that. So just because I pushed it doesn't mean that there's gonna be more vinyl or whatever. That's it.
We got 50 more. As soon as
keep
the honey
adding to it and keep adding. Yeah. Fuck that. They're gonna be numbered. So when I send out the vinyl and stuff, it's gonna be like 1 out of 100, 2 out of 100. Like, it's gonna be numbered. So you're not gonna see any repeat numbers. This shit's limited edition, baby.
Damn, you a real one for that.
It's numbered.
That's crazy. I hate my comment section right now.
What are y'all doing in the comments?
Look at this bullshit. I'm not guilty. I am not guilty.
Why? Have you done fake limited edition? Oh, they said fake limited edition.
Hell no. I will never fake a limited edition. And now I will not. No, I mean, look, I learned. If y'all want to know who I learned from to do shit like that, y'all already know. No, your favorite rapper. No, I'm joking. Or am I? No, yeah. Yo, it's been a blast having you,
Thank
WP.
you so much.
The audacity! Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna react to it. We're gonna give you a round of applause for having the audacity.
Hey.
And man, I love y'all. If y'all want to hang around, there will be the after party. I'm gonna be starting up a new live for the after party. Oh,
Okay.
but
Shout out.
they're on here. Y'all have been. The audience has been just as amazing as they need to be this whole damn
Oh, they're
time,
popping. They're
too.
awesome.
So
They've been dope.
thank y'all for chatting with us. Thank y'all. The iconic Whitney Peyton is only up from here. You just getting started. So
that means a lot. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
peace.